we are starting just about now. Okay, so welcome all you guys. I see a lot of you tuned in from all over India. Hi, I know the JEE mains is in just about 2 weeks from now. You're all probably anxious, done with your preparations, looking for last moment tips, or what more can I do in these last 2 weeks to boost my score, get my rank, go ahead and study in my dream college. I'm sure they are all IITs. You've all listed down your top IITs as your dream colleges. So we have here Mr. Rhythm Gupta, and he has made an exclusive JEE Main 2 week study plan. He was AIR 27 in the year 2011. He is an IIT Delhi alumnus, and he has picked, or rather, he graduated with computer science. Okay, great. So we are I'm gonna hand over to Rhythm over here. And yes, it's not just an audio webinar. You will see Rhythm sitting right here in front of you.
Hi guys, thank you Anushri for having me here. Cool. Hi guys, welcome to this webinar. I'm very humbled that so many of you guys are here. So let me not just waste time and get right to the action. So first of all, I would like to speak to you the benefits of NTA conducting JEE Main this year. So the very important thing is that JEE Main will be held twice a year, which gives all of you guys another chance at JEE Main. NTA will use highly secured encryption technique to ensure there is no malpractice. So which is extremely important because when I was attempting my AIEEE, it was called back then, we had to wait in scorching heat for about 2 hours because paper got leaked that day. So I'm sure this will help all of you guys. And thirdly, it would be conducted in only online mode, so every child will have similar uh, experience, because from previous year it used to happen that some uh, children used to attempt in offline mode and some in online mode. So this year it will be uniform and fair for everyone else. uh, there are some other benefits, like there will be multiple time slots, so you can choose when you want to take or attempt the test. And so you'll also get the opportunity to choose the best score that you get, and normalization of marks will be done, which will uh, help everyone get fairer results. So I'll give you guys my context on how what I did during the last 2 weeks. So during my time, um, my exam was on April 10th, 2011. My board exams got over on 25th of March. So I had around 2 weeks time to prepare and chart a plan on what I should do during those 2 weeks. So to give you some more context, I was a Fiji Chandigarh student back then. I took my coaching from Fiji. So Fiji has this couple of test series called AITS, All India Test Series, which I'm sure you must know about. So AITS is a very tough test series. So not everyone. So getting a good score in that test series is really hard. So I took a test on around 27th of March, and I got around hundreds out of 480. So paper used to be around 480 marks back then. So my confidence was shattered, and the only thing, if you know, what matters during that time period is your confidence. So um, so I stopped giving AITS. Then I picked up a test series called RTPF. It is also given by Fitji, which is quite similar difficulty level to what actual JEE is. So I started getting better marks every day. The second part, so the confidence is the primary key thing which will help you get more marks on the D day. So it's always basically it's a matter of how students take pressure on that particular day. So I believe that All India rank 1 knows nothing more than All India rank, let's say 5,000. But how they perform on that particular day is the difference. So you need to have confidence in yourself. You need to believe in yourself that you can do it. And I'm sure you'll all come with flying colors. So another part which I did during that 14-day period was I used to attempt one mock test every day in the real test environment. So I had prepared a separate part of my house, and I used to give tests from the same timing. Like during my time, the time was 9 to 12 and 2 to 5. So I used to wake up early. I used to have one mock test arranged for me. It was offline back then, so I used to take one exam from 9 to 12 and then 2 to 5. And after that paper, I used to go to play cricket to de-stress myself for around 1 hour. After coming from playing cricket, I used to uh, analyze my paper of today and see how I did. What was the concepts I did wrong? Because it's ultimately you cannot learn anything new in those 14 or 15 days. Everything that you have done in past 2 years will actually help you score better marks during that day, during the D day. So what you should do in those every day is that try to not repeat the same mistakes every day. Try to not repeat the similar mistakes every day. So analyzing gives you that opportunity. So what I used to do was, I after every paper I used to sit and see which concept I did wrong. So for example, on 2nd of April, if I did something wrong in rotational mechanics, I used to make note of that concept, so that on 3rd of April, when I'm giving another mock test, if any question from rotational mechanic comes, I know that what mistake I did yesterday, and I do not repeat that mistakes. So by doing this analysis over next 14 days, I sort of minimized the mistakes I could do, and on the final day, I did not make much mistakes, and therefore the rank. So, basis my experience, I've created a 2 week plan for all of you guys. So, the fundamental basics of everything is you should set smaller goals for yourself. So, do not think that in 14th day you have to complete and revise entire syllabus, but say today I have to revise these three concepts or these three chapters. Secondly, segregate the chapters. So you should segregate the chapters in chapters that you are well versed with, chapters that you need some brushing up, and chapters that you have studied the least. So around 30% of the time should be spent in chapters that you're well versed in. 40% maximum time should be spent in chapters that need some brushing up, because on the final day this will what make or break your chance, right? And the minimum amount should be spent on the chapters that you have studied the list or not studied at all. And even if you go and try to study these concepts, do not try to read these concepts and chapters from NCRT books, because JEE Main is an exam which is quite similar to the level of NCRT, and reading that will help you. Also, needless to say that these 14 days will affect your career in a major way. So if you can avoid distractions, it will be better. Um, so also you need to bring up your confidence. So do you should know the difficulty level of topics and prepare a plan accordingly. So do not do that you are studying 3 hard chapters in a day. So if you do that, your confidence level will anyway come down. So you should prepare a plan like study 1 hard chapter and 2 easy chapters daily, or study 2 moderate level chapters and 1 easy chapter daily. So also mock tests are very important. So during my time I had to do the analysis myself, but today due to the help of technology there are many such platforms which can help you take mock tests. myPAT is, I think, one of the best platforms which gives you real life real test like environment like NTA. It helps you identify your strengths, weaknesses, and it also saves all that grunt work that you need to do to analyze your attempt. And a special tip: in the last month, you cannot master any topic which is not your strongest. So you should try to maximize the results and pick the topics that you're already good at. The detailed route plan to crack JEE. So this is so I used to prepare a plan for every day that I used to study. So I have created one for you so that you can it might help you. So you might wake up anytime you want. So the major important thing is taking a test at the exact same time when your official JEE exam is. So for example, if your exam is from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., so take a mock test during that period on mypad.in, because it will help you setting your biological clock in order and you will become most efficient during that time. So if your exam is, let's say, 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m., then you should not follow this schedule, but you should create your own schedule from which you are taking a mock test from 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. So you need to figure out a way to create that for yourself. So after taking a test, you can take a break, chill. After that, you need to analyze your test. Look what you did wrong and how can you improve for tomorrow. Look what concepts are your weakest areas and what needs to improve. So also try to see, are you making any recurrent mistake every time that you are attempting a certain question from a certain chapter or certain topic. Note that topic down. So that might become your weakness when you are preparing for JEE. So after having lunch, you should then revise the concepts which you analyzed in the previous hour. So when you are analyzing from 1 to 2 p.m., take note of these concepts and revise those concepts during in the evening. And after that, you can take a break, revise again, and then create plans accordingly. We listed down subject-wise important topics. So in physics, I'm sure you guys must know magnetics, optics, modern physics are the some of the most scoring and areas and where maximum questions are asked from. You'll be able to see this slide after this webinar as well. So I'm moving on. In chemistry, organic chemistry is the most scoring, and if you need to read inorganic chemistry, I'll suggest that no uh, no book can match NCRT. So NCRT should be your way. And I personally also studied in organic chemistry from only NCRT, no book else. In mathematics, calculus is like the area where around 40% of the paper is asked from. So if you should spend most of your time there. For subject-wise exam strategy, so physics uh, is a subject in which you have to know the concept and visualize it. So you should practice a lot of questions. Do not try to attempt long questions and complicated questions in the last few days, because it will try to hurt down your confidence. Do not waste more than the required time on a particular topic if you have not read it before. In chemistry, NCRT, as I've already mentioned, is the book that you should cover the most. And chemistry is almost about how fast or strong your memory is. So you need to revise chemistry that every day, like give a specific slot, and you should try to revise it for 1 hour every day. And you can solve last year's paper on JE as well. And if myPAT.in has a lot of previous year papers in the exact same format as NTA. So I should stress here that practicing in the format of NTA will also enable you to know, to reduce the unknowns when you are giving the exam on 6th or whenever. Mathematics is all about practice. Focus more on areas where you can get more output with less input. For example, calculus is a area where most of the paper is from. So do not leave calculus when you are preparing for mathematics. Some additional tips for the actual day exam. So start the subject with your strongest subject. So for example, mathematics is your strongest subject. As it was mine, I always used to start my paper with mathematics because it gives me another confidence when I'm tackling another subject. Starting this exam with weakest subjects, for example chemistry, might hurt your confidence, and it might help you, it might not be beneficial for you because your confidence will be broken. Secondly, it's all about solving the questions. It's not about the exam is not about trying to solve it the right way, but trying to solve it the fastest way, right? Because it's a competitive exam. So do not be shy of using elimination techniques, etc. I'm sure there'll be many YouTube videos on that as well. Take the shortest approach you can to solve the MCQ problems. And finally, and most importantly, do not stress if the paper doesn't go as you planned, because you have another option, you have another chance to give this paper in April. And after that, um, so so life is not all about this exam. And I'm sure you guys are special and you'll do wonders whatever you do. I thank you, all the best, and I think we'll take questions now. So one of the questions that is asked is how to avoid distractions. So um, yes, avoiding distractions is hard, and that is why it's important, right? So since it's a competitive exam, around 10 lakh students will be giving this. So you have to see what can you do extra that can differentiate you from the rest of 9 lakh people, right? So since avoiding distractions is hard, and uh, probably that can give you a significant advantage over the other people. Secondly, do not think of it as a final, so you do not have to avoid Instagram or Facebook forever, right? You have to you have to give slots. For example, in a day you can divide it in, you can give 15 minutes or half an hour to Instagram for a day, but not more than that. Second question. We're waiting for your questions. Where to give mock tests every day? Since NTA is conducting this exam online, I'll suggest you to find a website where all the mock tests are available. One such website is myPAT.in, where I've helped them create mock tests and for JEE Main as well. So you can give mock tests on that as well. how to study for chemistry? It's a very broad question to answer for a 14-day plan. But I'll say that if chemistry is not your strongest point, then sticking with NCRT is the best solution for now. If there are any students who are in 11th or and who are preparing for JEE Main 2020, I can post a detailed answer in probably another webinar. The next question is, should I focus on my weak areas or strong areas? So this is an excellent question, and I think the answer is it depends upon what kind of a student are you. Um, so if it's like um, 90% of the syllabus you are strong in and 10% you are weak in, then the answer would be totally different from, let's say, if your strongest areas are only 20%, 80% is weak, right? So your primary motive here is to get a rank, right? And always optimize for your rank. So if you are a student whose 80% area is strong and only 20% is weak, then probably it's almost possible that you are going to get selected for IIT-JEE, and now you have to compete for a rank, right? So in that case, you should focus on your weak areas and try to convert them to a strong area or to a medium strong area. But if you are a student who's who is 40% syllabus is in strong area and 20 or 60% is on weak area, then probably you should focus on your strongest areas so that you do not miss any chance there, and probably do not focus too much on the weak areas, but focus on weak areas which are maximum, which can get you maximum score, right? For example, if calculus is your weak area in mathematics, then I would suggest you to study calculus during those 14 days. But if, let's say, uh, a small 3D vector kind of chapter is your weak area, then I will not suggest you to study that. So the answer, it depends upon the kind of person you are, what areas are strong and weak, etc. How much time should we give to maths? So it's a very open-ended question. So there's no correct answer to this. It it depends upon uh, what kind of what level of score you can get already and where do you want to go. So I'm afraid I'll not have answer to that. You can, however, write in the comment below your personal score, etc. Which class are you in? How much score do you get in physics, chemistry, maths? And I'll try to answer to you personally in the comments below. How many hours did you sleep? uh, how to reduce stress? So guys, sleep is one of the most important things to help you de-stress. So um, I used to sleep for around 7 to 8 hours, and I would suggest every one of you to get enough good sleep at night, because sleep helps you recover faster for your 16 hours of mehnat tomorrow. How to boost score in last 2 weeks. So the entire webinar I was speaking about that. So I think you should just uh, view the webinar once again. And is NCRT enough for inorganic chemistry? Yes, NCRT is enough. So if you also look at the previous year questions from um, on myPAT, right, you'll be able to see that all the inorganic questions, you'll be able to find their answers in NCRT. How many hours should I study in the last week? So your focus should not be to optimize for number of hours that you study for, but your focus should be give a test every day, analyze that test, and revise the questions and concepts you did wrong, so that you should not repeat them next day. How to remember formulas? So it's a fantastic question. So what I used to do was, I never remembered formulas, right? So but I used to derive each and every formula, and once you keep deriving them, right? So for example, you start skipping the steps. So if a formula is derived in, let's say, 6 steps, then after you derive it for 2 times, then you start skipping steps from 6 to 4, right? And if after you have derived them for a long enough number of times, you just remember that instantly. So the trick to remembering formulas is to not remember them, but remember their derivation, where they've originated from. How to avoid silly mistakes? So silly mistakes can be avoided by, one, revising the paper after you have done it. So keep around 15 minutes, 20 minutes in entire paper to just see and go through each and everything. uh, Silly mistakes can also be improved by looking at the types of mistake you do after taking a mock test. So after you have taken a mock test, you can see uh, what mistakes you did and do not repeat it the next day. So guys, there will be taking last question or couple of questions now. If you have any questions, you can drop in the comments below, and we'll answer them shortly or by this weekend. So just post the answers in the comment if you're not able to help that. Last question: what to do one day before exam? So uh, I did nothing basically, but I reserved 1 hour in the day to revise the important formulas. But apart from that, I did nothing, and so basically that was to not think about the exam too much and not to stress myself too much. So I slept early that day, and so that I was fresh for the exam the next day. So thank you so much, guys, for attending this webinar. I'm very humbled that you guys came. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I'll personally answer each and every one of them by the weekend. If you have any questions, just drop in the comment below. And wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and best of luck for your exam. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, guys, I hope you got a lot of tips from Mr. Gupta over here. In any case, if you still have a lot of questions for us, do not forget to leave them down in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up, and subscribe, hit that subscribe button if you want to be in touch with all of the videos, all of the webinars that are yet to come. I'm sure there are some questions that have yet to be answered. Most of them were around reducing your exam pressure. So, guys, don't worry. There is a webinar that we had conducted some time back about reducing your anxiety before an exam. We are going to link it in the clickable I button up top. Wait for it. Also, Rhythm has written an ebook, a very downloadable ebook. The link to the ebook is in the description box below. Go ahead, download it. And about your previous year papers, myPAT has exclusively launched them on the NTA test screens. We are right now the only testing engine to offer this on a proper real NTA screen. Go ahead, test yourselves. We will see you super duper soon. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. We will see you there. And guys, Christmas is almost here. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. Wishing you a very Happy New Year. Don't forget to leave your doubts in the comment box below. See you.